In a world where fame and fortune often equate to sprawling mansions, red carpet glitz, and over-the-top luxury, some celebrities break the mold. They choose simplicity over extravagance, preferring cozy homes, practical cars, and thrift store shopping. These stars could indulge in the finest things money can buy, yet they live like they're ordinary, despite their extraordinary success. Get ready to dive into the fascinating, quirky, and humble lives of Hollywood's most down-to-earth A-listers. Prepare to be surprised, inspired, and maybe even a little jealous, not of their money, but of their simplicity. Let's explore the unexpected choices of stars who live like they're poor, at least by Hollywood standards. Keanu Reeves, often referred to as the internet's boyfriend, is known for his kindness, humility, and a life far removed from the flashiness of Hollywood. While most A-listers embrace luxury, Keanu is the anti-celebrity, a man who could be eating at a Michelin-star restaurant but chooses a local diner instead. What makes Keanu so compelling isn't just his iconic roles in The Matrix and John Wick, or his $380 million fortune, but his almost monk-like approach to life. Raised by a single mother, constantly moving from place to place, Keanu's unstable upbringing helped shape his grounded perspective. And despite enduring personal tragedies, like the loss of his best friend River Phoenix and his partner, Jennifer Syme, Keanu's response has been to embrace life with even more empathy and kindness. It's no surprise then that Keanu has no interest in flaunting wealth. He lives in a modest one-bedroom apartment, far from the mansions of Beverly Hills. Rumor has it, Keanu's idea of a perfect evening is sitting at home with a book, or chatting with his houseplants. And while other stars zip around in flashy Lamborghinis, Keanu drives a humble Honda Accord. But don't be fooled, he has a hidden passion: motorcycles. Keanu co-founded Arch Motorcycle, a custom bike company, but even this luxury comes with a twist. For Keanu, it's not about owning a fleet of cars, it's about the joy of riding. In fact, he's been spotted riding the subway in New York like any regular person, even offering his seat to others. A move that went viral and cemented his reputation as the most humble guy in Hollywood. His generosity is legendary. When he made millions from The Matrix, Keanu quietly gave most of his earnings to the film's crew. He's donated millions to children's hospitals and cancer research without making headlines. When asked about money, he famously said, "Money is the last thing I think about. I could live on what I've already made for the next few centuries." Keanu is proof that it's possible to be a multimillionaire and still value the things that truly matter: kindness, empathy, and a deep love for life's simple pleasures. Jennifer Lawrence burst onto the Hollywood scene with her fierce performance in The Hunger Games, quickly becoming one of the highest-paid actresses in the world. But despite her incredible success, Jennifer is more like the girl next door than the unattainable Hollywood icon. With a net worth of around $160 million, Jennifer could live in a palatial mansion. But for years after her breakthrough, she continued living in a modest two-bedroom apartment. Even when she decided to upgrade, it wasn't to a mansion with 15 bathrooms and gold-plated toilets. She opted for a charming, relatively modest home in Beverly Hills, previously owned by Jessica Simpson. While other stars deck their homes in opulence, Jennifer's style is more cozy chic than Hollywood royalty. One of her most famous stories is about her decision to splurge after winning her Oscar. Instead of buying a yacht or an exotic vacation, Jennifer treated herself to a couch. Yes, a couch. But this wasn't just any couch. It was a $1,000 sofa that she jokes was the most luxurious thing she's ever bought. And when it comes to cars, forget the Ferraris and Bentleys of her peers. Jennifer drives a Volkswagen EOS, a convertible that's more practical than posh. She later upgraded to a Chevrolet Volt, a plug-in hybrid that's as down-to-earth as Jennifer herself. What really makes Jennifer stand out isn't just her lifestyle choices, but her personality. She's famously unpretentious, known for wearing the same dress twice, a crime in Hollywood, and tripping at the Oscars. Instead of trying to be perfect, Jennifer laughs at herself and embraces the awkwardness. She once said, "I'm just like everybody else. I just happen to make movies for a living." And when she's not acting, Jennifer keeps things even more relatable. She's been known to shop at IKEA, where she buys and assembles her own furniture. Can you imagine an Oscar-winning actress cursing at a piece of IKEA furniture? We can, and it just makes us love her more. Her philanthropy is another testament to her humble spirit. She founded the Jennifer Lawrence Foundation, which supports a variety of causes, including children's hospitals, gender equality, and the Special Olympics. Jennifer might be one of the most successful actresses in the world, but at heart, she's still the girl from Kentucky who values family, friends, and a good slice of pizza. Leonardo DiCaprio. Leonardo DiCaprio is a man of contradictions. On screen, he's lived larger-than-life roles, whether surviving the Titanic, battling in The Revenant, or playing the ultimate playboy in The Wolf of Wall Street. But off-screen, Leo is the guy who's more concerned with saving the planet than spending his millions. With a net worth of over $300 million, Leo could easily live in a mansion made of gold. Instead, he owns an eco-friendly home that reflects his deep commitment to sustainability. Sure, he has a private island, but before you raise an eyebrow, it's not just any island. It's an eco-resort dedicated to environmental conservation. Leo's passion for the environment is well known. He's a vocal advocate for climate change initiatives and has donated millions to green causes. From raising money for endangered species to investing in renewable energy, Leo is a man on a mission. Even his car choices reflect his eco-conscious mindset. While many celebs show off their Ferraris and Lamborghinis, Leo is more likely to be seen cruising in a Tesla. What sets Leo apart isn't just his commitment to saving the planet, but his ability to turn his fame into a force for good. His Leonardo DiCaprio Foundation has raised over $100 million for various environmental causes. While other stars collect luxury cars and private jets, Leo collects accolades for his tireless work to preserve the Earth. Robert Pattinson. Robert Pattinson could have gone the route of the typical Hollywood heartthrob after Twilight catapulted him to global fame. But true to his quirky nature, Robert has taken the road less traveled, both in his career and his personal life. With an estimated net worth of $100 million, Robert could easily live like a king. But instead, he's chosen a path that's far more, well, weird and wonderful. After Twilight, Robert bought a quirky little house in Hollywood that was more of a converted junkyard than a glamorous mansion. The house was so run down that the hot tub didn't work, the pool looked like a swamp, and there was a general vibe of, I'm rich, but who cares? Even now, Robert's living situation is modest by celebrity standards. He bought a small Spanish-style mini-mansion for $2 million, a far cry from the multi-million-dollar estates his fellow stars inhabit. And when it comes to his personal style, Robert is famously low maintenance. You're more likely to see him in a mismatched outfit that looks like it was pulled from the floor of a thrift store than in a designer suit. He's often joked about how he doesn't really care about fashion. And his wardrobe reflects that, with beanies, old t-shirts, and unbuttoned plaid shirts as his go-to look. His oddball charm extends beyond his wardrobe. Robert is notorious for doing things his own way, whether it's starring in indie films instead of blockbusters or keeping his private life under wraps. He's not just a celebrity, he's a true original. Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds might be the face of blockbuster hits like Deadpool, but behind the scenes, he's a down-to-earth dad who balances fame, family, and fatherhood with ease. With a net worth of $150 million, Ryan could live in the flashiest homes and drive the most exotic cars. But that's not his style. Ryan and his wife, Blake Lively, live in a cozy home in upstate New York that's more farmstead than Hollywood mansion. Their decision to raise their 3 daughters far from the glare of Hollywood shows their commitment to living a simple, grounded life. Ryan's charm isn't just limited to his lifestyle. He's known for his sense of humor and his ability to poke fun at himself. Whether he's trolling Blake on social media or making low-budget ads for his company Mint Mobile, Ryan knows how to keep it real. He's even joked about his wealth, saying, "I don't really know how to spend my money. I just make sure I have enough dad jokes to last a lifetime." But behind the humor, Ryan is also incredibly generous. He and Blake have donated millions to causes like food banks, indigenous communities, and COVID-19 relief efforts. In a world where wealth often leads to excess, Ryan is a refreshing reminder that you can be rich, famous, and still live a life full of love, laughter, and purpose. Sarah Jessica Parker. You'd think that playing a fashion-obsessed icon like Carrie Bradshaw in Sex and the City would have Sarah Jessica Parker living a life of non-stop designer clothes and shopping sprees. But the reality is far from what you'd expect. Despite her $150 million fortune, Sarah Jessica Parker is famous for her love of thrift shopping. That's right, This fashionista, who made Manolo Blahniks a household name, often hunts for bargains in vintage stores. She's confessed to enjoying the thrill of finding unique items at a fraction of the cost of high-end designer clothes, and she's known to mix thrift store finds with more expensive pieces in her wardrobe. Even with all her success, Sarah stays grounded. She and her husband, Matthew Broderick, live in a relatively modest home in New York's West Village. While it's a beautiful place, it's far from the sprawling estates you might imagine for a Hollywood icon. Sarah has often said she'd rather spend money on experiences for her kids than on luxury items for herself. And when it comes to fashion, she's practical. Despite owning her own line of shoes, Sarah is known for wearing the same comfortable, stylish outfits more than once. In interviews, she's spoken about how she's careful with money and doesn't want to spoil her children, teaching them the value of earning rather than just giving. Ashton Kutcher may have started his career as the goofy star of that 70s show, but over the years, he's become a serious player in both Hollywood and Silicon Valley. With a net worth estimated at $200 million, Ashton has made smart investments in companies like Uber, Airbnb, and Spotify, making him a tech mogul in his own right. But despite his massive fortune, Ashton hasn't let wealth go to his head. He's known for living a surprisingly modest lifestyle with his wife, Mila Kunis. The couple has famously said they don't plan to leave their fortune to their kids, preferring to teach them the value of hard work. Ashton still drives the same truck he bought years ago, despite the fact that he could easily afford a fleet of luxury cars. His focus is on family life rather than material things. He and Mila live in a farmhouse-style home in Beverly Hills that's more cozy and functional than over-the-top lavish. They've made it clear that they prefer spending time with their two children over attending glamorous Hollywood parties. And it's not just his lifestyle that's modest. Ashton's mindset is too. He's been open about his humble beginnings, talking about how he used to sweep floors in a factory before making it big in Hollywood. His grounded attitude is evident in his approach to business as well. Ashton has said that he invests in companies not just for profit, but for their potential to make the world a better place. In a world where we often equate success with excess, these Hollywood stars show us that true wealth isn't measured by the size of your mansion, the price tag on your car, or how many luxury vacations you can afford. It's about staying true to yourself, valuing the people around you, and finding joy in the simple things, whether that's sitting on a $1,000 couch, thrift shopping for the perfect outfit, or spending time with family in a cozy home far from the glitz and glamour. These celebrities remind us that even when the world hands you fame and fortune, it's possible to choose a life that's rich in experiences, not just possessions. And maybe that's the real secret to their happiness. So, next time you see Keanu Reeves riding the subway or catch Sarah Jessica Parker rummaging through a vintage shop, remember, they could live like kings and queens, but they're choosing something far more meaningful. And perhaps that's what makes them truly iconic. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe for more surprising stories from the world of Hollywood's most humble stars. Who knows, you might just find that being a millionaire doesn't mean giving up on living a life that's authentic, grounded, and filled with heart.